What is up? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Back with some LiesOfP gameplay. And before I get into Summerfest and my thoughts on how I thought it was, at least the first day of it, this is a demo just released yesterday and I've been playing it. And I gotta say, I actually do enjoy it a lot. If you are a fan of the Souls-like genre or how the aesthetic of that goes, then you'll definitely like this. And I will say this demo is very big. I mean, even after fighting a boss and a bunch of major enemies, and you get to a sense that you think it's going to end, and it just keeps going. It's actually a pretty sizable, big demo that I'm still exploring. It even has some side quests and other unique enemies. So, LiesOfP, as I said, it's a demo. It's available right now. I definitely recommend playing it, trying it out, especially if you like that Souls-like genre. But enough about that. Let's get into the Summer Game Fest. Now, this was obviously probably, I guess you could say, the answer to not having an E3 anymore, and obviously it was a pretty big event, which, I asked you guys, how'd you feel about it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Was there something missing? And my opinions are, it was alright. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but it definitely wasn't the worst. Were there some things I liked? Yeah. Was there some things I didn't really care for? And then there were some things that were going on missing. But let's get to the things that they did have there that I did personally like, and I'll just say it right up straight front. My favorite thing, easily, if you know me, was definitely the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth thing at the very end, and that trailer definitely got me really excited. I'm not going to go too much in depth on that. I think I'm going to save that for another video, but you know me, I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, so I'm definitely happy to see that and to get a release date of that. But as I said, I'll do that in another video because that deserves another video. But the thing I was disappointed a little bit on in terms of Final Fantasy is I wish, and I think it's coming, I heard someone say it's leaked this Sunday, but I'm just disappointed that they didn't drop a Final Fantasy 16 demo yesterday. I think it was perfect for it, and I just don't want Rebirth to steal all of 16's thunder, and I wish they had something a little bit of that because it comes out like 2 or 3 weeks, but whatever. Then they had some Alan Wake 2 gameplay, a little bit more extensive what we saw, and I cannot wait for that. That just looks really good. It's got that aesthetic of that horror, psychological. I finally downloaded the first one, and I am going to play it eventually. It was on sale, so I will get up to date to the whole Alan Wake thing. But it's just the game franchise I've put off for far too long. The second one looks really good, but obviously I got to get to the first one. That's something I'm really looking forward to, even though there is, unfortunately, a bad thing about it. Not the game itself, but I'll get to in a moment. Then you had Mortal Kombat 1, which looked great. Obviously, they're rebooting the universe, and I'll tell you what, fighting games are on top of the world right now. I mean, I say it's a year to survive a horror game. It might also be the year of the fighting game, too. It says, oh my goodness, after what Street Fighter 6 that I'm enjoying. You got Mortal Kombat 1. I like how everything seems kind of reversed. You got Scorpion and Sub-Zero teaming up. Liu Kang's now the god, and you got a young Raiden, and it's gonna be wild. And then you got the whole, I guess, buddy, I forget what they call it, the system where you have the other person come in and assist them and stuff. So definitely looking forward to that. Sonic Superstars, I really enjoyed that a lot. As I said, I love Sonic. He's my childhood favorite hero. And seeing, the old 2D style, but, brought into today's light, as well as having the ability to play with a bunch of other people is really fun and bring back a lot of just fun, great moments of me. Because to this day, I still have that. Tell me if you guys have this or even know what I'm talking about. I still have that handheld Sega system. Basically, it was like, the answer to the Game Boy. And it was it actually got in color first before Game Boy Color, but obviously the Game Boy a lot more efficient just because you didn't have to have 6 AA batteries like the Sega handheld. It didn't stop me from enjoying it though. I had them both, so I was spoiled rotten, but I still have that to that day. And one of these days I got to see if it still works, because I remember the areas where you have the AA batteries, it took 6 of them. I think some of it's getting corroded, but maybe I got to clean that up one day and maybe bring it back out, because it's good to play the old classic stuff. The next thing that I saw we got a little update on was Spider-Man 2, and obviously we got a release date, and it was cool. We saw Venom. We even got an update on Venom that it's not the Eddie Brock Venom, which questions which one is it, and they said it's a brand new thing they've never done before, which is interesting. I'm more personally interested in Kraven, because we don't see Kraven as much. We see Venom in just about everything related to Spider-Man, so I'm more hyped for Kraven. But unfortunately, Spider-Man 2 also pissed me off, and you might be thinking, piss you off? How could it piss you off? And no, it's not because of the game itself. It's because of the release date. It comes out October 20th, which most people will be like, "Hey, that's great. What's the problem?" The problem is that within the span of 1 week, you're going to have Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, and Alone in the Dark coming out in a week. Like, what? Seriously? I mean, come on, man. I don't even think me in my younger days, without, obviously responsibilities and stuff of the adult world, could I pull that off, like playing all three of them simultaneously. But, man, that sucks. It's just like, wow, like, really? You're going to do that to me? I know it's not, like, thought of intentionally, but damn, that sucks. That really sucks. Yes, guys, I will say this right now. There is a thing of having too many games to play is not a good thing because you just get so overwhelmed. I remember for the first time when I had a PS3, 360, and a Wii, and I got all three systems around the same time, and I was like, man, this is the greatest thing ever. And then I realized, what the hell was I thinking? Like, damn, I can't, like, I can't keep up, and it's hard. It's hard to do that, but somehow, some way, I'm gonna make it through. I don't know how, but I think I'll go with the survival horror games first, though, in that department, just because there's more. I'm more into survival horror these days, and I do love Spider-Man, but I kind of know what I'm getting out of Spider-Man game, how it goes. The survival horror games, it's always going to be some unique experience. So, but regardless, somehow, some way, I will get all three played. And there are some other announcements that I've been looking at, like Baldur's Gate 3, seeing if that bar's any interesting. They had the Immortals, which looked interesting. They had other things too, and if I don't mention it, let me know in the comment section what else interests you. But, why I said this thing was alright, because I did agree with someone that said this. I think the thing that this whole showing was missing was just something that we hadn't seen or known about, or it hadn't really been revealed. And that was, like, I think the big thing this studio is missing, because I had someone comment that, hey, I was sad that I didn't see Death Stranding 2, and why I definitely wasn't looking, like, at Death Stranding 2 as something I really want to see. I expected it to be there as well. I was kind of shocked it wasn't. There wasn't any, the one I wanted the most was Silent Hill 2. I wanted to see something on that, and we didn't get any details or footage on that, which sucked. But once again, I do want to say I don't want you to showcase something if it's not like really ready, because you don't want to have a bad impression when you first see it. So if it takes time, that's fine. I'm willing to wait. We didn't get any more. We didn't get any Metal Gear footage on 3 or Delta, I should say, which a little sad. But whatever. What else? I know some people are looking forward to maybe they might reveal GTA 6. We didn't get that. What other big release? I mean, I can think of some other thing. I know some people want to say like maybe like the next Elder Scrolls or something like that, but or maybe the next when they're doing the Witcher games. But at the end of the day, I feel like at the same time I do gotta speak out on this. I feel like a lot of just gamers really set themselves up to fail because everything's got to be the greatest thing ever in terms of. They got to have the big top tier reveals, and I get it, I understand it, but not every game is going to be a game of the year masterpiece. Like, we got to have that type level reveal. Like, there's a lot of the smaller games that are fun, entertaining. I think we overlook a lot of times because we want the massive big reveals that we're going to talk about for decades to come. And I understand when you don't see them, it kind of gets a little frustrating. I get that. But at the same time, you can't tell me there wasn't things to look forward to. I just feel bad for October because that's basically the October, or as they like to call Broketober, because, oh my God, you're going to be going broke and not enough money, not enough time to play or do anything because they want to release everything the same month. But overall, it is day one. There's some other events. Obviously, you get the one I'm looking forward to is the Capcom one, which comes Monday, because I didn't feel like they would showcase anything big until that day from Capcom Studios. They did show the one thing. They had Ryu and Guile in cybernetic form in the what's the game? I'm trying to forget it because it just reminds me too much of Dino Crisis. But Exoprimal, where I guess they're fighting dinosaurs. Which I said I did play the beta or demo or whatever you call that when it did come out, and I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. But I'm not saying I'd ever buy it. Maybe it's on sale or something. But unfortunately, as I said, that game's always going to trigger me to an extent, even if it is good, because I just want to see my damn Dino Crisis. But maybe one day. But So I didn't think Capcom would show off too much, and they're going to wait for their own showing, which the stuff they've revealed so far isn't really anything I'm too excited to see, but who knows, that could change. I've heard a lot of people say Pragmata, that's the one they're so shocked, because according to them, it's still supposed to come out this year, and they've shown nothing on it, so I'm more likely to think that's going to be delayed, but at least shows something. But I think they're going to hide that until they actually have the reveal of it. You know me personally, I want to see some Separate Ways DLC, or maybe the next Resident Evil game, because obviously you got the whole Resident Evil hype going on right now. They're probably going to show some more Street Fighter 6 of what they're going to do with the season pass. But yeah, I get people, their disappointment. I get it, but at the same time, I also understand that hey, most of these events, they're not the greatest things ever, and they're not the worst thing. They're kind of in the middle, and this depends on the player, the person. I see a lot of games, whether they're big budget titles or not, that are interesting to me. Whether I get the time to actually get them, and play them is another story. But at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of things, and you also got to take it like this. We've had a great year for games already before this whole event. I mean, we've had so many big titles come out that people have definitely enjoyed. Dead Space remake, Resident Evil 4 remake. Street Fighter 6 been doing great. The Legend of Zelda has come out. There's probably a few other titles I'm missing, but there's a lot of just great titles that have come out that have been really, really special, really, really good. And I get it, you want that to continue on, but it's been a pretty great year for a lot of titles and a lot of stuff. And I'm just naming the really popular ones. There's probably a lot of smaller type things that have come out that have been really amazing as well. But overall, if you had to give me my rating, I'd say it's in the middle. There's a lot of things to be excited for. No, there wasn't the big crazy reveals, but there was a lot of things to look forward to. And also, you have other events later on this year. Maybe they get revealed then. It just, at the end of the day, it's not a question of, oh my God, are we going to get surprised? It's like every year we do the same thing. We're like, oh my God, they didn't reveal this, they didn't reveal that. I'd rather be a reveal when it's ready. Because the one thing I do hate more than anything is when they reveal something just for the sake of revealing it, and then you don't hear anything for years later. Reveal it when it's close by. Final Fantasy VII, Rebirth, it comes out a little over half a year from now, okay? So, imagine if they revealed that, I don't know, back in 2021, and then we didn't hear anything for 3 years. Then we just get agitated and annoyed or something like that. They revealed it when, hey, it's got about half a year till it comes out. That's the way I think it should be for a lot of these things. That we've had that so many times where you see things like Pragmata, for example. We revealed that, and then we haven't heard anything at all, and we just wonder, is it all right? Is it some production? What's going on? And it's nice to get an update, but I feel like sometimes they just jump the gun. They'll show some intro cinematic of a game, and then you won't hear anything for years to come. But overall, that's my opinion. I want to hear your guys' opinion. I had a poll, and I said, whether you guys liked it or not. But let me know what was missing from you, because I know there's a few things missing. I told you mine, Silent Hill 2 remake. I really wanted to see that, and we didn't get any information on it, or anything Silent Hill for that matter. But you know what? That could be coming in the next few days, possibly, probably not, but you never know, or it might be saved for later. Because that's the thing about it. That's what I'm saying, with Silent Hill 2, we don't really have any type of, gauge of when it's coming out, a release date or anything, so it's hard to really gauge how close they are. I mean, we've heard some updates, but we still haven't had that really, we really don't have, any, gameplay elements we can see of it. We've seen some things, but not, a lot of it, so we don't really know how far it is along in production. I mean, they could say one thing, but saying and doing is two completely different things, so at the end of the day, I'm a patient man. I'll be patient and wait. But yeah, let me know down below what it was that was missing. As I heard, Death Stranding 2, GTA 6. I think the most, obviously, Silent Hill 2. There's probably a bunch of others, but regardless, hopefully we'll see some update sometime this year. But that is going to be it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Hopefully you did enjoy the Summerfest, and maybe the next few days will be even better. But regardless, hopefully I can see you guys back on my next video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you all later. Peace.